What the fuck did you just say? Are you gay, sir?
Not really.
Not really. I hear you, honey. Me too. What prompted you to say that? Was it a movement I made, or were you just fantasizing and it just came out? And
It was the eyes.
it was the eyes. What's a gay eye? You can see it in the eye? I went out to dinner with a guy once, and we had just met, and at the end of the dinner, he was like, hey, I think you're cute. If you want to go on a date sometime, I'd love to go on a date. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I wish I was gay. And he was like, you wish you were gay? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I wish I was gay, and you were better looking. I might not be gay, but I'm still a bitch. Oh yeah, how'd you meet? Online. You don't have, it's not a negative thing. No one met in person anymore except for these two, I think. Did you meet in person? You met online too? Holy shit. What app did you meet on? Facebook. Was this was before they added the dating feature, right?
2 weeks ago.
Did you do the first line? What did he say to you?
He said, hi Kathy, how are you?
And you're like, finally a man who doesn't just say, send whole pics. And what you respond, send pics right now. Do you? You never have? Just is not good looking enough anymore?
It takes up too much of the screen.
Ah, I see. Yeah, it takes up too much of the screen because you have that thing where you have it like really enlarged so you can see all the text. You're a theater kid?
Oh
Yeah. And is this your mother? And how far are you going to take it?
I don't know.
How old are you?
18.
18. Your mom is begging me to get you to quit right now. Your mom is like, I will double what the comedy club is paying if you get her to quit. It's way cheaper than her going to college for musical theater. Okay, what are you going to college for? Biology.
That's why I'm not so major in musical theater.
I'm sorry. What the fuck did you just say? It's fine, I'm not offended. Unlike biologists, I actually get to engage in reproduction. Well, it's really nice talking to you. Your mom hired me to get you to quit theater, you got me to quit theater. Are you in college now, or what are you doing? What are you studying?
I study English. I study computer science.
So, you're picking up the tabs at night, I guess. It's not, your English sounds great. I don't think you need to fucking deal with it anymore at all. Does that just mean that you read? What, at the end, what do? Do you want to write? Do you want to... No idea. The publishing industry. Have you been reading about ChatGPT? The publishing industry is over. I'm gonna go ChatGPT, write me a sequel to Sense and Sensibility. Boom, it's done. No one makes any money except for Bill Gates. And you know who's doing it? The fucking computer science person back here. She's actively destroying your industry. My mom's dating. She went on a date with some guy from eHarmony. And isn't that funny? People just laughing at the idea of an older woman finding love. We're like, oh, good luck, sweetheart. Fuck you, she's still, that's your life? Did you say your age?
53.
53. What age are you willing to date right now? It's like a 50 to I'll go to but not Would you ever date someone younger than you?
Define dating.
She's like, I'll sit on anyone, sweetheart. Have you been on some bad dates? Then why are you here alone? You tapped him. Does he have night terrors? What kind of night terrors does he have? What does he do?
He thinks he's in Desert Storm.
You think, were you a soldier? You're just playing too much Call of Duty? That's how we millennials are. We get PTSD from video games. We're mad because our mom hadn't brought us our Hot Pocket for the day. What are you here for, Janie?
I'm interning here for the summer.
Where are you interning?
TikTok.
So, Janie, I noticed my video today did not get a lot of fucking views. What do I gotta do, Janie?
I'll talk to a few people.
I have probably the most like fans on TikTok. It's frustrating to have a fan base that's not allowed into comedy clubs. I'm gonna be so big in 16 years, mark my words. For now, I gotta tour daycares around the country, enforcing a 2 Capri Sun pack minimum.
You're Jewish. What level of Judaism?
I would say Reconstructionist.
What the fuck? I thought I knew all of them!
It's sort of like the idea that Judaism is a civilization that's always in flux.
It's the idea that it's a concept that we still get the presents for the bat mitzvah, but, you know, and you still have to get circumcised. We don't know why. It looks better if we're being honest. Do you keep kosher?
Sunday.
You have?
Yeah!
What Jew are you?
Kind of sampling different stuff.
And just for the non-Jews, that's also an official title of Judaism. A kind of sampling stuff Jew. I've met you before.
And circumcised.
I went on a date with a Catholic woman once. A Reconstructionist Catholic. That's when you don't believe in God, but you still fuck little boys. What do you do?
I'm a teacher.
You're a teacher.
Well, I'm a teacher educator.
So you operate a pyramid scheme, is what you're saying to me. What does that entail?
Well, okay, so they go into schools.
Great start. Class, today we're going to talk about where you do the teaching. Is it A, a bank? So you're at the university.
I teach at the University of Michigan.
Okay.
And then we partner with them.
This is a teacher's teacher you're talking to over here. Show some goddamn respect. If teachers don't get paid enough, I can't even imagine how little this woman's being paid. Could you be a teacher?
I was a teacher.
You were a teacher.
And I'm actually going to be a teacher. Because I don't like teacher education.
You brought us through your whole job only to conclude, yeah, you know what? You're right. This is bullshit. I'm gonna become a stand-up comedian. What's your name?
Zach.
Zach? What do you do, Zach?
I'm a teacher.
Specific class? Spanish. Do the kids appreciate how important it is to learn a language?
No.
You have to do that thing, because they say, like, learning a second language helps, like, ward off dementia, right? Why don't you bring in someone with dementia? That'll motivate the fuck out of me! Are you a cool teacher?
I try to be.
You try to be like, do you teach them curse words?
No.
That's not cool enough for me. What do? Do you throw them parties? Like, how do you try to be cool? How do you try to make them interested?
I try to relate to them and like the same.
Do you try to relate to them? You're like, listen, I'm a teacher. I'm getting just as much as your allowance, buddy. We are both hurting for cash right now. We're both asking your dad for more money.
My mom kind of had a midlife crisis and moved to Missouri to be in a polygamist farm. And
Wait, a polygamist farm? That's worse than a cult, I think. I'm like, what part do the animals play into all of this anyway? What do you mean so it's a farm, but everyone who there, they help.
it's like my stepdad, and then
You did big quotes around that stepdad. My stepdad and...
They technically can't get married. He's already married to someone else.
Oh, sure. Wait, so this is just in Missouri? How did she even find out about this?
I think she had known him way back, but then he moved to Missouri because everyone hated it.
That's like someone's like, oh, I went on a date with my high school sweetheart. They're like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Well, let me tell you the rest. It was at a polygamist farm. So they reconnected on Facebook or something.
No idea. I don't really talk to her that much.
Why? So how suddenly? She just left in the night and...
It was very sudden. It was she sat me down and was like, I'm going to move to Missouri what do you think? But she had already had...
Wait, that's what she started with that. She was like, what do you think about that first part? Okay, let me add a little bit more. It's gonna be a farm. Oh, that's nice. One more thing. Did she tell you in that conversation, like...
I didn't know until like a year later.
How did you find that out? She's like, I want you to meet your other stepdads.
No, I didn't meet him until later on, but she came to visit, and she kind of sat us down and was like, to explain what it was, and I was confused because I thought she was gay. Not for any, because like, a girl visited us and like stayed with her, and I was like, oh.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But no, that was his wife.
So wait, okay. She's like, you wish I was gay, son. Okay, so the wife is also part of the polygamist farm.
Yeah.
How did she explain, like, did she say, like, I like to fuck? Or, like, how did she explain that part of it?
Well, so, it's kind of weird.
Oh, is it? Oh, so it wasn't your standard polygamist farm? Like, it was an unusual one?
They like, take turns.
Yeah.
So, like, she's
On your mom, or? What do you mean they take turns? Please.
You only get to sleep with him, like, in rotation.
Wait, it's just this one? It's just the... That's not a farm, that's a cult. That's a cult, it's one guy. And your mom and his wife, they're all like in the cow pens with just things on their nipples, and she's like, it's your turn today. Is your mom's name Bessie? So it is just one guy.
It's one guy and I think three women.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah. You met the guy.
I've met him twice.
In what kind of setting? Like at a Panera, or
No,
was he like table for 5? What was he like? Was he charming?
It was a little weird.
Tell me how he was weird. Like what was he like?
Well, it's just the way he would say stuff or the way he would
Like, I'm
talk about
fucking 3 women and one of them's your mom. And you're like, that's weird, dude.
stuff. He was like, he talked about like how we have every disease inside of us. And
We all have herpes. You just don't know it yet. We have every disease, gonorrhea, crabs. And what did you say to that?
So I was like, well, kind of, because there is something in your body that like thus like.
Don't try to convert me to your mom's fucking polygamy farm. I'm glad that you continue to ask questions because I'm that guy.
He could have just been remembering something wrong. You're not just like crazy. I don't know.
I can't believe you're still giving him the benefit of the doubt. Well, I guess my mom's not so bad after all. Love you, Mom.
Later.
I sometimes think about leaving New York, but I think I'm stuck here because I don't know how to drive. It's the only thing I'm rooting for Elon Musk to succeed in. You know, I'm like, come on, get this one thing right, you piece of shit. What? You're a driving instructor?
Instructor in Utah.
I was so excited for half a second. You're like, first lesson, drive me to Utah. Do you live in Utah?
I do, yeah.
Of course your mom is in a polygamist farm! What a huge detail you left out of this story! You're like, the polygamy part wasn't weird at all, it was just the farm. I cannot believe that you didn't mention that.
not supposed to be polygamist in Utah. It's
Or anywhere.
What'd you say?
Or anywhere.
Or anywhere, sure. Yeah, say that in front of your girlfriend. Yeah, you're like, or anywhere. Just one, that's all I want.
Good, we have a lot more time. Fuck around. What was that look? Oh, what'd you say?
Find out.
Sure. What's your name?
Stella.
Stella?
Yeah.
Stella? How do you spell that?
S-E-L-A. It's actually my Hebrew name.
It's your what name?
Hebrew name.
Oh, your Hebrew name.
I'm converting.
Oh, you...
I got recruited.
You got recruited? Okay. How did they approach you?
Well, okay, it's a long story.
I have some time.
So my boyfriend that I started seeing last year,
Okay.
he's Jewish,
Okay.
but I do have Jewish heritage. So on my dad's side, so that makes me not actually Jewish.
So okay, so you don't. So if only your dad is Jewish, some Jews are like, you're Jewish enough for Germany, but not for Israel. So you started fucking a Jewish guy. You're like, man, I'm gonna get a little more in me. It'll count.
Yeah.
And how religious is he?
We're fairly like conservative. We're not reformed, but we're not orthodox.
You left straight to conservative? What does that mean, conservative?
We do like Shabbat.
You do Shabbat.
Yeah, so we do our blessings and we try.
Shabbat is just you have dinner on Friday night. It's not a big fucking deal at all. That's how liberals Jews are. Conservatives mean we have dinner once a week. That's what's great about Jews.
And we go to school and then try to take Saturday off. So.
Yes, that's the other very conservative part of Judaism. Taking a break on Saturday. Telling other people to work for us. Okay, so are you doing a ceremony or anything? Like to convert? Do you have to do a thing?
Well, so I've been meeting like with our rabbi like once every few weeks, and then.
What do you talk about with the rabbi?
What I'm learning about. So he's kind of like setting me up to do my own. Like he gives me stuff to.
He's like, it's Saturday. I'm taking it off, sweetheart. Go learn it on your own.
So I've done a lot of reading and learning like more Hebrew, and then we talk about it if I have any questions. And then since we're planning on getting married, that kind of puts a timeline on it. So
sure. So what's at the end of the day? You got to take a test. You got to like circumcise a baby. Like, what is the final thing you have to do? You're actually like, I got to get this done in time. The rabbi's like, how many nights in Hanukkah? You're a Jew. You passed the test.
So I'll meet with the bait team. So that's going to be the rabbi and the two other people that sit there, and they ask me questions.
How hard are these questions, though? Is it pretty easy?
I don't know. It's like not super talked about, so I'm not exactly sure. But he said there's no trick. He said, hold on. He said, we're not going to give you trick questions. And I was like, okay, well, thank you.
What would be like a trick question for a Jew? Here, you want some bacon I made? I gotcha, bitch! The wedding is off! What happens if you fail, though?
I think they would just say you're not ready. Like, it's basically they'll say you're ready.
And you call the wedding off? Look at the confidence over here. She hasn't thought for a second what's going to happen.
No, because I'm confident.
You're confident. Well, let me tell you something. That means you're not ready to be a Jew. Trick question! I saved your marriage, man. You're gonna walk in and he'll be like, are you ready? He'll be like, no. He'll be like, passed!
Who's got divorced parents here? Who? Is that you? What's your name?
Karen?
Taryn.
Taryn. You were like, let me correct that immediately. How old were you when your parents got divorced? 20. So it was your fault. Don't be a Karen, Taryn. What were you about to say? Your dad what? Your dad came out as gay. Oh, you were the mom. All right, let's talk about it. How long ago was this? 2010. 12 years ago. Your mom's counting the fucking days. 12 years, 10 seconds since I walked in and saw my husband sucking that big fat cock. Mom, what's your name? Michelle. Did you ever suspect anything? Why, he was like fingering you with his pinky out? Like... Now let me ask you this, do you think he's gay or is he bi? Everyone's bi right now. He's gay, okay, you're like, I confirmed it. And you said you ever suspected?
Well, we had an unplanned pregnancy at 18.
So he was getting it up. But maybe like at 18, he was like, wow, he lasted an hour for his first time. And so then what made you suspect throughout the years? Well, we're gonna talk about this. My life is nothing compared to your life. It was his taste in movies and music. Okay, because listen, I have taste that some people might describe as somewhat effeminate. I tell people all the time, I'm straight but I'm very theatrical. You know, so like I frequent women only with jazz hands, if that makes sense. But who knows, maybe the secret is for me to marry a woman and that'll unlock it all. So, what was his favorite movie?
Well, he loved the Golden Girls.
He loved the Golden Girls. I know straight guys who love the Golden Girls.
Like Madonna and Culture Club.
Oh, so you're getting suspicious. And you ever say hey, let's go see some Clint Eastwood. Oh, it's Bruce Springsteen. Let's turn this up, honey, right? This is fun. So you have these suspicions. Did you suspect ever? Was he like your mom trying to do your hair? He was like, move over, bitch! You always do it wrong. Did you ever have suspicions?
Yeah.
Why? What were your suspicions?
Some stuff I found on the computer.
Listen, movie and music are one thing. That is a whole. And did you say anything to him?
No, I acted dumb.
You acted dumb. You're like, oh, those 8 guys are trying to get a scratch deep in his asshole. And it's deep in there. That's why they're so big. They need to go all the way. Oh, good. When that curves a little, that should do the trick. Okay. So then what's the big moment? What's the big reveal?
We were at Payless.
So you're at Payless, your father's looking at all the heels, and you're like, sweetheart, the Timberlands are that way, let's get some working boots. Steel-tipped working boots. And so, okay, you're at Payless, and then what happens?
Yeah, he just told me.
You just told me at Payless. How did he say it?
Well, my brother had already told me.
Okay.
So he said.
He told your brother first to see maybe your brother could hook him up with one of his friends or something?
It's very convoluted.
Okay. And are you guys cool? Are you friendly with him now? Okay. But he probably was going to come tonight, but he was like, ladies' night, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to go to that shit. So are you friendly with him still?
Not remarried, and my husband doesn't want us to be friendly, but we would be if my husband didn't care.
Not a fan of that personally, but what is he worried about? Is he worried that he'll fall in love with him? How fucking pissed would you be if you had your ex over and him and your husband just like hit it off? Your ex is like, hey, you know, I got an extra ticket for Madonna this weekend.
I love San Francisco so much I almost forgive you for helping make Elon Musk. Have any of you worked for Elon directly? Have you? Yeah? What did you do for him?
I work for a federal government agency that he's currently dismantling.
You're gonna have to be more specific. What? Which one?
The U.S. Agency for International Development.
Okay. USAID. What's been going on?
It's been a little bumpy.
A little bumpy, yeah. Do you still have your job? Who knows? Is he there? Like, is he in the room? And
He's on the internet. He offered us a forklift road.
you got the email, the hardcore email, right?
It was a little different for the science, but yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell me what it said? Do you have it on you?
I turned my cell phone off. So
He's probably listening. Let's be honest. So you're not feeling good? You don't think it's gonna?
they took the spoon emoji off of our computers.
Can you tell me why that's a bad thing?
Because people were not taking the fork.
I remember George Orwell said the first sign of fascism. First they take the spoon emoji, then they take your freedom! So the fork in the road, he was basically saying, like, it's like, hey, you can either step it up, which, you know, whatever that means. You know, when he says step it up, you know, he means here. And, sorry, my autism was flaring up. And your form of protest was the spoon emoji. You wouldn't dare. Oh, God. That's the problem with liberals. We're like, how are we going to fight back? We'll just keep sending spoon emojis to each other. You got rid of the spoon emoji? Well, then I guess it's fascism wins. So you haven't had to make a decision yet for the fork?
The deadline was Thursday.
The deadline was Thursday. Oh, what did they say?
They extended it to Friday.
They extended it. It's like, you guys got to decide this fucking Thursday. Are you in or you're out? Okay, we'll push it to Friday. Are you working for the company too?
A different
one. You're in charge of the removing the spoon emoji. I've had a big week. I moved to Los Angeles on Sunday. Yeah, they gave me a real warm welcome. Feels like moving to New York on September 10th, 2001. We were getting a lot of emergency alerts on our phone, and at some point we thought we were safe in our neighborhood, and then we got this alert. Everyone got this alert in Los Angeles that was like, evacuate right now. And then 5 minutes later we got another alert that said, disregard the last alert. It was only one specific area. You don't need to worry about it. It made me realize it was probably a really good time to start kidnapping some kids. I could get an alert right now, be like 1,000 kids have been kidnapped across Los Angeles. I'd be like, it's probably just one kid in Utah somewhere. Don't even think about it. What's so crazy is I left New York City partially because it's a mess over there. You know, I moved from New York to Los Angeles. I mean, there's all sorts of shit going on in New York. There was that woman who, she was on the subway and she was on fire. I guess she just moved there from Los Angeles. And the NYPD did fucking nothing to help her, as opposed to the LAPD. They ran right into those fires with their, flame-repellent parking tickets. And now everyone's blaming the fires on. Here's what it is to me. I feel like the same kind of people that would blame natural disasters on like gay marriage being legalized are the exact same people who blame fires now on DEI. Like that's honestly, it's people talk about DEI the same way they used to talk about God. They're like, it's everywhere. They act like because the fire department chief or whatever, she's a lesbian. They act like there's never been a fire before this woman got into power. I mean, I don't know who's in charge of the fire department during the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire, but I doubt it was a lesbian in 1911. Maybe she sucks. I don't know if she fucking sucks, but that's the first thing they go to is, oh, she's gay, like as if that's the problem. No one ever talks that way about. No one ever says, wow, our country's really fucked up right now. Maybe it's, I mean, my God, 44 white guys. Maybe we're not electing the best presidents for the job. No, it's so preachy. I don't like it. You saw that one news reporter that they got mad at him because he was like in a fire jacket, and then he turned and they saw they had clothespins, and they were like, how could he worry about his looks at a time like that? That's his job. He's being sexy under duress. He's actually doing it. That's what we wanted. We wanted them to be sexy. What did you want him to fucking fight the fires? His mascara would run. Are you having a good time? I noticed the cross and I go, uh-oh. I'm like, why does my chest hurt? Oh, it's burning. The more that Jew talks, the more it burns. It's a beautiful cross. My people actually designed those. It's a joke. We contracted the Romans to do it. I've always wanted to make that joke. I've just never had anyone with a cross at one of my shows, if I'm being honest. You're the first. I travel around the country. Everyone pretty much agrees politically when they come to these shows. I mean, maybe not anymore, but I mean, like, I'm just kidding. I know. You're from a liberal Catholic family. That's kind of like a jumbo shrimp in a way, though, is it not? I mean,
My brother's gay.
Your brother's gay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So liberal Catholic, help me understand. Like, so how do you feel about... You didn't understand either. Okay. Cool. Maybe I can break this out of you right now, I think.
Like pride parades, but March for Life, like guns. My mom works in law enforcement, but then I don't know.
This sounds like the kind of like wacky sitcom they put on the Daily Wire. So your brother came out of the closet.
Yeah.
Were your parents chill?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. And how do you feel about the Pope? Like when you see the Pope, do you get emotional? If I had a picture of the Pope right now, and I just fucking ripped it up, would you be upset?
A little bit, maybe.
Really? Do we have a printer here? I want to see something. What about he was saying the Pope got in trouble. He was saying the F word a bunch. Did he meet your brother or like what? What'd you say?
I grew up confused.
Yeah. I like that. I think that can be a religion, you know? Just a big C, or like Jesus on the cross, but he's upside down, and he's like... He's a drag queen too? Oh my God! Now, is he still Catholic, or is he?
He's he prays the rosary and stuff, and I think he said on his dating app he said he was.
That's wild.
But he doesn't practice all the time.
Really? Sometimes he's like, well, I have a show tonight. What's your brother's drag name?
He does it sometimes. He's 19, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Does he want to be on like RuPaul someday?
I don't think so.
Oh, no? Is there like a Catholic version of RuPaul? Like St. Paul? What verse are you going to lip sync today? Kevin was gay, he was proud, because he went to one of those, do you ever hear a Montessori school? Is this a field trip?
It's a teacher's night out!
Oh, a teacher's night out. Okay, who's the most eloquent speaker?
Sammy!
Sammy.
Sandra!
Okay, don't talk to me like I'm one of your students. Sandra! Like Sandra!
Leanne? Yes. All right, enough with the cheering. Leanne, I only want Leanne to talk. I'll get out her talking stick if we need to. Leanne, all right, tell me, what is a Montessori school? Because right now, my impression is that it's where all your teachers are alcoholics. I see some parents in the room like looking, oh my God, is that fucking Mrs. Robinson over there? Liam, what is a Montessori school, please?
It's a little private school in the beaches that teaches 18 months to 6-year-olds.
18 months? What exactly are you teaching them?
Independent.
We just put it outside and say, learn how to survive the natural way. Oh, I'm so sorry, Suzanne. Your son really struggles with independence. He struggles so much, in fact, we don't know where he is. Man, every time I come to Canada, I feel better about America. Listen, you motherfuckers, I have been dealing with your goddamn smoke for the last 3 weeks in New York City. So get the fuck out of here with those moves, you understand? New York City is fucking orange, okay? So no moves from you. I came to Canada as revenge for the smoke you sent to us. Back to my story. Sometimes you hear in the news when people watch the news. Yeah, I can't wait to see the story about how your school's being investigated. After I release this footage online, and all the Montessori schools in Canada are shut down permanently.
Do you think R. Kelly is ever sitting in his prison cell and he hears Michael Jackson come on the radio and he's like, if only I could have danced a little better? You know a lot about R. Kelly. Hell yeah.
I know a lot about Michael Jackson, too.
How much about Michael Jackson?
I used to go to Neverland Ranch when Ryan White was there.
Okay, everyone shut the fuck up for 1 second. I got a lot to talk about right now. You just said that you used to go to Neverland Ranch when who was there?
Ryan White.
Is he who
With AIDS.
the kid with AIDS? Oh, okay. I didn't even know about this. This is so there was a kid with AIDS. Did he get it from Michael or?
No, he was a hemophiliac.
Okay.
He got HIV, world famous. When Ryan White would come into LA, I was the physician responsible for his care.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And so part of the perks, you'd be like, hey, can we do the appointment at Neverland Ranch again?
No, they would call me and say he's at Neverland Ranch. You need to go check him out.
Okay, so you would go to Neverland Ranch. And like when you were done making sure he was okay, did you ride the giraffe or anything like that? You didn't get to hang at all? You just had to leave?
No, I just wasn't interested.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Tell me about Neverland Ranch. Was it weird? Did it just seem fun? Or were you like, something's weird?
Oh, no, it had a weird vibe.
Did you suspect anything?
No, but Ryan White would be there alone, and I'd go, where's Michael Jackson? He'd go, oh, he's in Europe.
Uh-huh.
He'd just be alone at Neverland Ranch.
Oh, it sounds like a nice resort at this point. I mean, if Michael wasn't even there, that was probably a good time. Did you ever get to meet Michael Jackson?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? What was he like?
He was two personalities.
Tell me about... One was the stage, so one was like fun?
Well, one was the stage, and then one was Michael Jackson, yeah.
Okay, what was that second one like?
He had a deeper voice.
Really? So that voice, the voice he talked up here, that was not his real voice? Then he come back, where's the fucking kids? Get that fucking doctor out of here! I know a lot of people where what they say, they go, well, why did the parents let their kids share a bed with Michael Jackson? And I think people forget that this was back before the Catholic Church got busted. And by which I mean, people didn't know there were so many pedophiles just running around in the wild. You know, it would be like if I told you guys that I share a bed with my golden retriever. You would assume I'm not fucking the dog. But then in 20 years, that HBO documentary comes out, and there's Air Bud being like, when he got the peanut butter, I knew what time it was. And then there's a doctor at a show like, actually that dog had AIDS and I used to visit him and...
My parents got divorced when I was 7 days old. So, like most kids, my first word was mama, but my next 5 were told me to tell you. And my dad went on to get married 5 times. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to someone's 5th wedding, but no one can take it seriously. Everyone's in Crocs. It's BYOB. And by the 4th stepmom, I was so bitter. I was just like, I'd learn your name, sweetheart, but you'll be gone by Christmas. And that was a lollipop because I was 9. So all of that left me with very mixed feelings about marriage. Until I met a woman in college named Laura. And Laura, she looked like a young Audrey Hepburn, but like with the neuroses of an Annie Hall. She had these big, not like sexy librarian glasses, more like helpful librarian glasses. And they magnified these very small blue eyes that would just disappear when she smiled, and she smiled every time I walked in a room. I loved her, and I never wanted her to look at me the way that my mom looks at my dad. So after we graduated, I broke up with her. She moved to LA, and rather than process any of my feelings, I went backpacking around Europe for 3 months. I went all over Europe. I started in Sicily, then I went to Rome, Berlin, Amsterdam, Paris, back to Amsterdam, Dublin, Lisbon. This is not an accurate map, but the final stop was Interlaken, Switzerland. All I could think about was Laura. Like, did I make a mistake? Should I call her, beg forgiveness, ask her to marry me? And that's when I saw a brochure for skydiving. And I thought, oh, I'll just do this instead. Because Switzerland is actually the #1 place to skydive, according to the brochure. So I signed up to go tandem jumping the next day. Tandem jumping, that's where you're strapped to someone who's brave on your behalf. And I was very nervous, so instead of going to bed that night, I decided to Skype with Laura. Now, we were broken up, but she was still generous enough to talk to me, you know, if I was having like an existential crisis. So, you know, we talked a lot. And with the time difference, it's probably like 6 in the morning when she answers her Skype, and I'm on the screen freaking out. Like, tell me I don't have to go skydiving. And this is the first she's heard of any of this. So she's like, honey, deep breaths. You don't have to go skydiving. And I was like, no, I need you to push me, please. And she was like, oh, I misread that. You totally should go skydiving. And I was like, why? Because you want me to die? And I'm a lot. And we just went back and forth until finally I burst into tears. And I was like, all right, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but if I do, and if the parachute doesn't go off, I just want you to know that you will be the last thing that I'm thinking about. Which probably isn't true. I mean, the last thing I'll think is just like, ah! But I had to wrap up the call because the van was there to take me to the airfield because we'd been Skyping for 7 hours. Yeah, and so I said goodbye. I kissed the camera. It was gross. And I get into the van. It's one of these big vans, no seatbelts in the van. And the driver can see that I've been crying. So he's like, dude, dude, you are more likely to die on this car ride right now than you are skydiving. I'm like, great, more things to be scared about. They dress me up in this full body neon orange jumpsuit, which I think is like, so, if the parachute doesn't go off, they can find my body in the woods. And I have to crawl onto the plane. It's a tiny plane. It could fit on this stage. I think it was made by Hot Wheels. And we start going up into the sky, and they strap me up behind me to my tandem jumper. And it's this very, very cool Australian guy named Eben. And I to try to get my mind off this, I just try to get to know him. I was like, hey, Eben, you married? And he was like, nah. And I was like, oh, do you have a girlfriend or boyfriend? And he was like, nah. And I was like, oh, do you have any pets? And he was like, nah. If I disappeared, I don't think anyone would notice. Time to jump. Boom! I'm scooting to the edge, straddled by a suicidal skydiver, I think. And right as my feet are hanging over the plane, that's when I decide, you know what? I'm not gonna go skydiving. I don't care if there's no refunds. I'm gonna cancel this. But then I think something snapped. I think something went off in my head because for the first time in my life, I heard a voice in my head that was not my own. And it said, you can't die, Gianmarco. You're the main character. 3, 2, 1, we jumped. And guys, you have got to go skydiving. It was amazing. You have to go. It was raining, but we were above the clouds, so I was raining onto the rain. And then Eben pulled the parachute, thank God. I'm Jewish, but just in case. And then you just float. You just float for like 5-10 minutes. And it was this beautiful view of the Swiss Alps, just like snow and lakes. It was the first time in so long that I didn't have any distractions. It was just like me alone with my thoughts and Eben. And it took falling miles above the Swiss Alps for me to go, what am I doing? Obviously, I love Laura. And if I'm willing to jump out of a plane for no reason, I can certainly marry her for every reason in the world. So the moment we land, I threw up everywhere. I mean, it had been a long day. You've heard. Very hard day for me personally. But the moment I clean up, I go to get my phone, I call Laura, she doesn't pick up. I call her again, she doesn't pick up. And I didn't find out until months later, but the reason she wasn't picking up is because she was at a friend's birthday party where she was meeting for the first time her now husband. Because life does not wait until you're ready to jump. Thank you.
My dad's a crazy man. You know how you know? Because he has a horse. Any of you guys have horses? Woo! Crazy. People who own horses, they just need a mammal that's bigger than them that doesn't judge them. That's what a horse is. Are you crazy? Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. You're angry. Okay. Settle down there, buckaroo. I'll be the funny one. How many horses do you have? Too many. Too many. I don't know what that is in South Carolina. 3. 2 mini donkeys. What are they for? Just so he's not the only jackass in the house? Oh, I see. And what do you ride the horses competitively?
We throw a ride, we got a search and rescue.
Search and rescue? With a horse? The cars must beat you every fucking time. A missing girl! Let's go! Whoa! Wait up there, boys! We'll find her. Can you imagine?
comes up like, don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this. Have you ever found someone's missing kid? No. You found some hay. That is so fucking funny. And it's not like you're part of the police force, like you just show up and they're like, oh fuck, here we go. Oh, thank God! Ernie, here we go! Now we're gonna find this girl. Tell me, what was the most recent case? Tell me.
Well, we were searching for a cadaver person that killed themselves.
Okay, so, alright. So, okay, a lot of questions here. So, someone killed themselves, and you're like, where? That sounds like the easiest case of all time. Oh my God, he shot himself! Let's find the body. So help me understand. It was a...
They left, no. They've been gone for over a year. Their family was looking for their remains and they were searching for an area.
For a year? Who did they hire? You? You come back a year later like, alright, well, he's not in that acre, I'll tell you that. Not there. So this family, I promise, we'll move on in a second. So this family, they reach out to you?
No, the sheriff's department.
The sheriff's department, and does the sheriff reach out to you?
Well, we're a volunteer department.
You stand outside the sheriff's office. And what's your clue? What's your scent? How do you figure out where to go?
I do a grid, just like a normal search and rescue.
Sure. You know, on horses, yeah, I got that part. That's my biggest problem with people on horses.
They usually put us in the spot nobody else wants to walk through.
Sure, because there's so much horseshit there. Of you walking around. And what do? Is the horse trained to like, will he go, no! A suicide! You made me feel better about what I do for a living. So I appreciate that. Write me if you ever find anything. And I think you have like searching with a cat. I was thinking, say what the fuck? I was thinking about that. You ever see that video of Mr. Hands? Do you know that video? It's like an old video like kids watching high school. You know Mr. Hands. This guy gets talked by a horse. It was like a video like in high school kids would pass around to each other. And then they did a documentary about it. And the guy, he died. Which is why you should always wear a condom. I've always said, even if the horse is, you've seen the fucking video. Give me a fucking break. He wasn't my friend? No. If my friend was the guy who died from getting fucked by a horse, do you think I would have talked about anything else tonight? I would have come on stage and be like, guys, who gives a fuck about my family? My friend got killed by a fucking horse dick.
Kate, is my camera still working? It's working? Okay, good. So I'm putting this whole fucking thing online. I'm gonna get the whole horse community coming out. And you know, I have more jokes. We started talking about this, and I was like, I gotta get to the bottom of that. Which is the opposite of what they do with their horses.
You're a flight attendant?
Ooh, let's talk. What airline?
We fly private.
Like celebrities?
Like private people that on planes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like small planes or big planes? I mean, like, do you scoop one chair, do you want peanuts? And you're done. That's the end. 14 passenger business jet. So these are like rich motherfuckers.
More rich than celebrities.
And clearly not rich enough to make you sign an NDA. I'm shocked. You do sign an NDA. You're like, it doesn't count at the comedy club. There was a clause. So they're rich, but they're not celebrities.
Mike's Jewish.
Unnecessary detail. Like, what do you do for the flight? Like, do you suck them off? Or like, what's the... I mean, you said really rich. I mean, that's 14 people. What are you gonna do? You're done serving the peanuts. You're bored for it. You're like, oh, fuck, I'll blow you, whatever. It's not even on the clock. I give you nuts, now you give me yours. It's a nice exchange. You're like, yours aren't supposed to be salted. Gross. Which one of you worked for Jeffrey Epstein? I guess is what I want to know.
Like Ghislaine. Maxwell.
Wait, where did you fire?
That's the NPR.
Oh, fuck. What is Ghislaine gonna do? She's fucking in jail. She's done. She's got bigger fish to fry. What was that? He's tied to Bezos. Holy shit! I didn't know you could Amazon Prime young girls too. This guy's going on Reddit right after this, like, guys, you won't believe it. I cracked the case. If we give them a couple more drinks, they'll be like, I killed Epstein. That's the truth. I did it. It was me. Holy shit! You flew Ghislaine Maxwell? Yeah. I get it. You had to pick up the girls and then bring them back. We understand. It's fucked up, dude. That's why they're drinking. They're trying to forget what they saw. Actually, I want to tell you guys, this is my dad's favorite joke. There's a guy walking along the beach. He finds a magic lamp, rubs it, genie comes out, says, I'll grant you one wish. It was like a Jewish genie or something. My dad adds that part, by the way. That's not part of it. And the guy says to the genie, can you build a highway from Hawaii to California so I can ride my motorcycle back and forth? And the genie is like, oh, that would have a lot of bad environmental impacts. Is there anything else I could do? And the guy says, okay, in that case, can you teach me how women think? And the genie says, so for that highway, 2 lanes or 4? Now that's my dad's favorite joke. He found a way to tell that joke at all 5 of his weddings. I don't know if you've ever been to someone's 5th wedding. They'll bring your own beer. For my dad's vows, he pled the 5th. And by the last stepmom, I was so bitter, I was like, I've learned your name, sweetheart, but you'll be gone by Christmas. And that was a lollipop, because I was 6 years old. That's a deadly laugh over there.
My dad tells the same joke.
Really? How many times has he been married?
Only the one so far.
Oh, wow. Oh, your poor mom. Your mom mom like looks sad. Your dad's like, I don't have a genie around to tell me what you're thinking about, honey. No, that's fine. I'm glad to connect with someone who also has a shitty dad.
There aren't many Jews in Kansas City right now. Apparently.
How did you pivot to that? Oh, you're Jewish too. Is that a Jewish dad thing?
It must be.
Really? So is your dad, is he a tough guy? Like to get along with? Not tough. I know you said Jew. I know he wasn't like. So is your dad like a Rambo of a dude?
He's George Costanza's stunt double, basically.
Yeah. That's gotta be tough to grow up with. I enjoy George Costanza in 22-minute segments, not driving me to school every day. And he's still like that? He's still just a neurotic? Yeah. You know when you laugh so hard it feels like it comes from a place of pain? Are you still close with your dad? You talk to him? You get in fights with him ever? You ever say like, stop telling me that genie joke all the time?
No, he's pivoted to, a waiter comes up to a table of 4 middle-aged Jewish women and says, is anything all right?
It sounds like your dad could be a comedian. I mean, a couple more jokes, he's got a full headline set on his hands.
Find the audience first. We're all sick of it.
Does he have any more? Jews always have a lot of jokes. Jews love telling their jokes. I went to a Passover service once. There was a rabbi there. The rabbi came up to me and said, oh, you're a comedian? Can I tell you some Holocaust jokes? And that's what I love. That's what I love about us. We like to joke about ourselves. You know, you're never going to be at church and the priest is going to be like, hey, you ever hear the one about the pedophile? You'd be like, we all know it's more than one, Father.